Hi, I'm David Martone, Executive Chef at Classic Thyme Cooking School in Westfield, and you're watching Cooking Time. Today we'll be making zabayon with fresh figs picked from my yard. I'm fortunate enough to have a wonderful fig tree with an abundance of figs, so I thought a nice dessert with an outdoor feel with some wonderful fruit that we can pick fresh. Let me get a few of these wonderful figs. And we'll take these over to our work area and we'll start to get going. Today we're making zabayon. The proper pronunciation is zabayone, although some folks call it literally zabaglione because it's spelled Z-A-B-A-G-L-I-O-N-E, but I just call it zabayon. A wonderful fresh dessert. We have to, I'm doing a variation actually. I'm pouring in some heavy cream, which I'm going to whisk up, and this is the part that's a little bit of a variation. We're going to whisk this up until it's into stiff peaks. Okay, we have our whipped cream whisked up here. We're now going to add our ingredients for the actual zabayon, the classic recipe, which is egg yolks, which we're going to separate our eggs. We separate our eggs one at a time so that if we happen to get a bag egg, we can easily discard it without ruining the whole mixture. To that, we're adding some sugar and a little Marsala wine. We're going to whisk this mixture over a low heat. Normally, this is done over a double boiler, but I happen to have an exceptional grill here with a really low satin simmer, so I'm in total control here, and I can actually do this skipping the step of the double boiler, providing I keep the mixture moving over the extremely low heat. The satin simmer allows me to cook this egg mixture without curdling it and having it lump up. We just want to continually whisk the egg yolks with the sugar and the Marsala so that they gain some volume. We're then going to fold in our heavy cream mixture. You want to keep whisking the mixture until you see the volume increase and the color becomes much more pale and subtle. It's extremely important to keep the mixture moving and have your whisk come into contact with all parts of the pot or the bowl. That's why it's best to use a very rounded bottom pot or a rounded bottom bowl, depending on if you're using the double boiler method or if you have a grill or a stove that has extremely low heat like a satin simmer. Looking at the mixture in the pot, you can see that we're getting to a nice thick and frothy consistency. The volume has definitely increased and the color is definitely lighter and pale. We're just about ready, about another minute. I bet the folks in that passing plane wish they were having zabayon and fresh figs. I'm going to remove it from the heat now. And I'm just going to continue to whisk for a minute to cool it down. I'm taking my cream mixture and I'm just going to fold that together. Set this mixture aside. We're now going to take some of those wonderful fresh figs that we just picked. Let's just slice these up. This is just such a wonderful fresh dish to make, especially having these figs that we just picked moments ago. I'm going to spoon some of this zabayon over our figs. Do a quick little cleanup here. And now, with the help of a portable gratinet or blowtorch, I'm going to gratinet the top of this. If you don't have one of these blowtorches, this is actually on now, although with the sunlight it's a little bit difficult to see. I can see the air kind of fluttering in front of it, and if I wave my hand I can feel the heat. But be very careful when you use this to make sure that it is ignited. You can always use a broiler. This is gratineing just wonderfully. It's turning a golden brown. And here we have our fresh figs just picked from my garden and our wonderful zabayon. Beautiful gratinet on the top. To serve this, you'll just spoon some out into a little dish. Boy, I got so excited making that dessert with those fresh figs. I forgot to talk about everything else that we're going to make. Today's pizza day, pizza on the grill. We're going to make regular pizza pie on the grill. A little bit touchy to do the first time, but just loads of fun and a great thing to do outdoors. And we're also going to make a Mexican-style pizza, which we call quesadilla, and we're going to do some nacho chips. Now, a lot of this stuff we normally do in the oven, but if you've watched our other grill shows, we talked a little bit about the grill and the comparisons between the grill and the oven. The grill itself is powered the same way as an oven. We have direct heat coming from the bottom, and we can adjust high or low. We also have a closed chamber, just like an oven. So we can do the pizza straight on the grill. If you find it a little bit troubling to get the pizza on and off the regular grill racks, or you have a little sticking problem, you can always insert a pizza stone right inside the grill and preheat it. You'll preheat it the same way you do inside an oven, and if your grill doesn't have a thermometer or gauge on it, you can just buy one and set it on the rack, the little warming rack inside the grill, and you can test the overall temperature of the grill. So to get started today, I've got some fresh pizza dough, and we'll take a little bit of flour. We're going to spread our dough out. You can either do this by hand, little hand-tossed pizzas, or you can use a rolling pin.